All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to WHIT Radio's The Final Word. I'm your host, Michael DePinto. I'm joined by Mr. P. How are you, Mr. P?
How are you, Michael?
I'm doing all right. It's a nice Friday, 60-degree weather. It's a little wet, but I'll take it. Definitely take it.
It's nice to have the final word back on the air.
Yes, we're back, and we're back coming full blast. We have a few stories today. Of course, we're going to be talking about Flight 370 and what's going on there, but I feel like a lot of people forgot about what's going on in the Ukraine, so we'll talk about that, and I have a special story saved for the end. But let's talk about what's going on with Flight 370. The path has dramatically shifted. Forget all those satellite photos showing promising patches of debris. The search for missing Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 has moved again. In a stunning turn, Australian authorities announced Friday, and they were abandoning the remote region of the Indian Ocean where search crews had spent more than a week looking for the plane. A new analysis of satellite data showed the plane could not have flown that far south. Why, they said? We have moved on from those search areas, said John Young, General Manager of Emergency Response for Australian Maritime Authority. The new zone is now 680 miles to the to northeast, closer to the Australian coast. Right. What they're saying is apparently they have new information, credible information, something that they think that they can go on that says the flight was actually accelerating faster. So it would have used more fuel. It wouldn't have even been able to get out to the Indian Ocean.
Right. So all those advanced mathematical equations that they were putting forth a couple of days ago seem to be erroneous, and now it's quite a bit distance off.
Right. It's funny because I was reading that story a few days ago about the formulas, and they were praising science, today's science, things like that, and how definite these formulas were, and how they have a pretty sure idea that the plane was there in the Indian Ocean, and now this happens.
Well, it was out of London or something. They had this new advanced math, something like that. I said, "Wow, that's interesting." And now that seems to negate the credibility of that. So,
and we're going on 3 weeks here, right?
Yes, and they're worried that another week the box, the pink box, or whatever that black box, will no longer be operational. Right. So that is a problem. Though if it's deep in the Indian Ocean, it wouldn't matter.
Right,
because it doesn't. The signal is not strong enough to carry 5 miles deep. You know, where Indian Ocean is, parts of it are 28,000 feet deep. So
and that box does contain the key to this story.
Right.
It records audio from the cockpit.
Right.
And then in the past, they've had obviously plane crashes, and they were able to recover the black box, which actually is orange. It's not black at all. It's pretty bright. And what they're able to do with this box is listen to audio from the cockpit. The box tells the different systems and how they were working. It tells about the stage and the condition of the systems. So this is a very important box. Although, like Mr. P said, we are going on 4 weeks. It could run out of power. There it is right there. So not black at all, but definitely.
It's orange. And it's another week to go.
Yes,
so
we're under a week.
We're under some kind of pressure here, the whole world, to find this.
Yeah.
And,
honestly, I don't think this box will be found.
Yeah, it may not be.
I mean, we can't even find the plane, let alone this small.
Yeah, it's amazing. Debris has been found. Credible debris has been found. This is really significant. And then, like the next day, that's not it.
They never tell us what this debris is. Though.
Right.
And we never see any images of this debris.
Yeah, it's just debris.
So I mean, we just never get close enough to it. I was hearing last week that this debris that was found was orange and green, so it had to be it.
Yeah.
Apparently not. Very interesting, though.
So it's kind of nondescript debris floating around, and we're grasping at straws, essentially. I mean, we're just anything that looks like a possibility we're latching onto, because this is still a major mystery.
It really is.
And you know.
And the media coverage that this story has been getting is amazing. But for good reason. I mean, this is a plane going missing holding how many people?
239.
239 people in the 21st century,
Right.
and we have no idea where it is.
Yeah, it just humbles us. I think it's a humbling experience.
Of course. I mean, like I said, we always say space is the last frontier. Right. It's our oceans.
Right.
We need to find out what's going on down there.
True.
But so yeah, we'll see. Yeah. We will definitely keep our listeners posted what's going on with this plane.
Right.
But now let's talk about what's going on in Russia. I know it's died down in the media, but let's refresh your memory. Russia could ease tensions with the Ukraine if it were to move its troops away from its borders with the Ukraine and begin direct talks with Kiev's government, President Obama said in an interview aired Friday. You've seen a strange range of troops missing along the border under military exercises, but these were not with Russia. It may simply be an effort to intimidate the Ukraine, the president said, or it may be that they have additional plans. Now, this is what I've heard. Russia may have 40,000, this is our estimate, or the United States estimate, 40,000 troops near its borders with the Ukraine. The Ukrainian government, however, says they might have up to 88,000, almost,
That's
double
incredible.
that.
That is a really show of strength.
It really is. And like President Obama said, it could be all, intimidation, bluffing. But you have to take precautions. Russia doesn't seem like they're standing down. As a matter of fact, it seems like their numbers are increasing exponentially. It is really alarming.
It was interesting to me a couple of days ago, Obama called Russia a regional power, which is kind of a slight because I think we all feel that it's more than a regional power, Russia. So we'll see. But they are. I think they're going to go into the Ukraine.
I have that feeling too.
Yeah,
I have that feeling too.
Yeah.
It does not thrill me because I really do think this could. Military action from the U.S. Might have to happen. I'm not happy about that. But they have estimated 40,000 to 88,000 troops on its border. That's ridiculous. And unfortunately, the Ukraine would not be able to defend itself.
No,
at all.
There's no
right
way.
Now, they have militia forces there. There is no way.
It's like a bear against a deer.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not going to happen.
Exactly.
And there's going to come a point eventually that sanctions just don't work.
Right.
And we're going to have to put up or shut up, as they say.
Right.
I don't like to see military action.
No
I don't like to see boots on the ground. And really don't like to see us go to war over the Ukraine. I really don't want to see that.
I understand.
But it's just like the bully in the neighborhood.
Right. It's going to reach a crescendo.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, he's gonna see that you let him take that, you let him take that, you let him take that, and eventually you have to stand up to the bully. So
it's just a matter of time. Like I said, I really do have a feeling Russia's going to go through with this and go through the Ukraine because, like I said, the Ukraine has no way of defending itself. It would almost be an invasion without bloodshed. It really would be.
Putin wants to get back the Russian Empire. He wants to get back the Soviet Union. That's not hard to discern. No. He wants everything back the way it used to be.
No, it's obvious.
Yeah, it's obvious.
What was funny was Putin called these the troops on the eastern border there just standard military operations. Drills. With 40,000 to 80,000 soldiers.
Just standard.
How do you like
every
that?
Day kind of.
Oh my goodness! But like I said, we're going to have to see what happens.
Right.
There is potential for war.
Absolutely.
For war.
Yeah.
Cool story for you guys. Ukrainian military dolphins to switch nationalities and join the Russian Navy. All right. Just when you thought this divorce couldn't get any messier, weeks after Russia annexed Ukraine's Crimea region, it plans to take custody of dolphins in the nation as well.
Right.
Not just any dolphins, these highly trained military mammals to detect risks such as sea mines or enemy scuba divers trying to slip through. Sea mines are sophisticated weapons that can actually sink ships and other watercraft. The combat dolphins program in the Crimean city of Sevastopol will be preserved and redirected towards the interest of the Russian Navy. State-run Russian news agency RIA Novosti reported Thursday. Dolphins are a crucial part of open water security. They detect sounds and objects in murky water that humans cannot make out. Dolphins do have excellent hearing. That's actually how they catch their prey. They send off these sonar-type sound waves and see where and what objects they bounce off of. Dolphins actually have very poor eyesight. Right. The Ukraine was using outdated military equipment for the Dolphin program and planned to disband it next month. So I guess it sounds like Russia came in and decided to keep it afloat and take dolphins and all. How do you? Nothing is safe from Russia now.
No.
Right down to military dolphins. It's amazing.
Right. So
it really is. The U.S. Navy in San Diego also trained dolphins and sea lions. To help protect its assets and find dangerous underwater. Like we said, tensions between Moscow and Kiev have escalated since Russia reclaimed the Crimea region after a referendum this month that overwhelmingly supported the annexation. The United States and its allies have pledged to isolate Russia for its actions. So this just goes back to the point. Sanctions obviously are not going to be enough when Russia starts taken over mammals, marine mammals, you have something pretty big. It's pretty interesting.
Another story that was in the news last night, New Jersey is now the capital, it's the #1 state for autism.
Really?
More kids basically have autism than any other state. It's much more prevalent than the male, than the female. I think 1 in 44 young males have autism.
That's a lot.
That is, and it's a very mysterious kind of, if you would call it disease, I don't know, but it's just basically a withdrawal from life, essentially, or society, and unable to really communicate, and it's on the rise. So,
and I was just reading, and everyone's heard this for a while. They always thought vaccinations really contributed to that, and I'm reading that it really is a contributing factor. Vaccinating these young children at obviously too young an age with certain types of vaccines can cause some type of spark that starts autism.
You did not know that.
Yeah, it is a big issue. So definitely research that. Actually, there's a story. It's a short story.
Yeah.
It's actually about a young boy who becomes autistic, and you actually follow the process in his brain. It's called Silent Snow, Secret Snow by Conrad Aikens. And what it is just a day-to-day progression of this boy's mind and how he slowly escapes into himself. And it's very interesting. Like we said, we know something about the disease, but we don't know what causes it, especially numbers like that, 1 in 44. That's a good amount of people.
All right.
And
Christie has been exonerated, according to his fact-finding team.
Yes.
And he had no knowledge or pre-knowledge of the GWB closings. And there are further investigations going on.
Right. That doesn't surprise me. We all saw that coming. They weren't going to come out and say, well, he knew all about it, and you got him.
Yeah.
But like I said, I had a feeling that story would go dormant. That's a good photo. There he is. That's our governor. That's our figurehead for New Jersey.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think I knew the story would go dormant for a while because things die down. But I would definitely keep an eye on it. Something will surface. Something always does surface. We remember Nixon. The story did go dormant for a bit, and then something surfaced. So.
And also, the report made the mayor of Hoboken look like she was a confused diplomat or whatever you want to call her, bureaucrat, and did not shed a nice light on her. So,
no, it made her look like she was just kind of whistleblowing there, and she didn't really know what she was talking about.
She really didn't know what she was talking about.
But I don't doubt what she said, to be honest. What she said, even not just with Christie, it sounds like typical New Jersey politics. You know, someone kind of strong-arming someone else. So I really don't doubt that what she said is true and actually happened.
All right. So, yeah, but it's not an independent investigation.
No,
It's was ordered by his department, so you really have to have a more non-biased,
right.
non-attached investigation.
You gotta love an investigation distributed by his department.
Right.
I think that's great. He probably conducted it himself. He said, conduct an investigation. But
like the SS investigating Hitler. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's it doesn't work like that.
I won't say that it's the same thing. But
no, it's,
I mean, you cannot have an objective investigation by your own people. I mean, does not work that way.
And it got a lot of coverage too. I meant that investigation, which is amazing. So it's typical, typical Christie politics, Jersey politics.
Well, a large part of me, a big part of me, although I don't agree with Christie on most things, does not want him to be guilty. I do not want our governor to be
neither do I.
Involved in this. And
I.
I'm hoping that he isn't. And if he isn't, I'm going to be happy about that.
I'll tell you what, though. Even if he's not directly involved in this, it's his fault. He was negligent. He as governor, you should know what's going on downstairs. I mean, you should. Even if he didn't give these orders himself, he's still involved, and he should know. That's actually the final word today, guys.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning into the final word. I was your host, Michael DePinto, joined by Mr. P. We'll see you next time.